Waking up at 3 in the morning isn't random. It's not stress, it's not your age, and it's definitely not normal. I'm Dr. Valerie Stone, a general practitioner with 20 years of clinical experience, and what I'm about to tell you will change how you see those sleepless nights forever. Up to 78% of people over 50 wake up between 2 and 4 a.m., and almost none of them know the real reason why. This isn't insomnia. This is your liver screaming for help. And if you ignore it, you're not just losing sleep. You're walking straight toward diabetes, heart disease, and cognitive decline. What happens in your body at 3 a.m. is something most doctors will never explain to you in a standard appointment. But today, you'll learn the truth. Write in the comments what scares you most about waking up at night, and tell me what city you're from. This helps me understand how our thinking community over 50 is really living and what you need most right now. Let me tell you about Margaret. She was 62, a retired school teacher from Ohio. For 3 years, she woke up every single night at 3:15 a.m., like clockwork. She'd lie there, staring at the ceiling, heart racing, mind spinning. Her doctor told her it was anxiety, prescribed her sleeping pills. They didn't work. Then antidepressants, still nothing. Margaret thought she was losing her mind. She came to my office exhausted, desperate, convinced something was deeply wrong with her brain. I asked her one question: "What did you eat for dinner last night?" She looked at me like I was crazy, but that question changed everything. Here's what's really happening. Between 2 and 4 a.m., your liver is in its most active detoxification phase. Think of your liver like a night shift worker in a factory. While you sleep, it's processing everything you consumed during the day: toxins, medications, alcohol, sugar, processed foods. It's filtering your blood, breaking down fats, regulating your blood sugar. But here's the critical part. If your liver is overloaded, if it's struggling, if it's inflamed, it can't do its job properly. And when your liver can't regulate your blood sugar at night, your blood sugar drops suddenly, dramatically, and your body panics. When your blood sugar crashes in the middle of the night, your adrenal glands release cortisol and adrenaline. These are your stress hormones. They're designed to wake you up, to get you moving, to raise your blood sugar back to a safe level. But you don't need to run from a predator. You're just lying in bed, so you wake up, heart pounding, mind racing, wide awake, and you have no idea why. Your body just triggered a full emergency response because your liver couldn't keep your blood sugar stable. Margaret's liver was exhausted. Not from alcohol, she barely drank. Not from medications, she was on nothing heavy. It was from years of eating late dinners, high in carbohydrates and sugar, combined with chronic stress and a sluggish metabolism that comes naturally after 50. Her liver was like an old engine trying to run on bad fuel. It was sputtering, struggling, and every night at 3 a.m., it gave up. I ran a simple blood panel. Her fasting glucose was normal, but her liver enzymes were elevated. Her triglycerides were high. Her insulin was creeping up. Classic signs of metabolic stress. Her liver wasn't diseased. It was just overworked, and it was crying out for help in the only way it could: by waking her up every single night. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology followed over 4,000 adults aged 50 to 70 for 6 years. Those who woke up regularly between 2 and 4 a.m. had a 43% higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes within 5 years. 43%. And the researchers found that this wasn't because of poor sleep alone. It was because of disrupted glucose metabolism and liver dysfunction. The liver is the master regulator of your metabolism. When it fails, everything else starts to crumble. So what did I tell Margaret to do? First, stop eating after 7 p.m. completely. No snacks, no fruit, no small bites, nothing. Give your liver a 12-hour fasting window every single night. This allows it to finish processing your last meal and move into repair mode. Second, cut out all refined sugar and white carbohydrates from dinner. No bread, no pasta, no rice, no potatoes. Replace them with vegetables, healthy fats, and moderate protein. Third, add 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar in a glass of water 30 minutes before dinner. This helps regulate blood sugar and supports liver detoxification. Within 2 weeks, Margaret was sleeping through the night. Within a month, her energy was back. Her brain fog lifted. She felt like herself again, and her follow-up blood work showed her liver enzymes dropping back to normal range. She didn't need pills. She needed to stop poisoning her liver every single night. If this story made you think, support this video with a like and subscribe to the channel. It helps me continue sharing these proven and honest insights with you. Now let's get back to the most important part. But Margaret's story is just one piece of the puzzle. There are 5 specific reasons why your body wakes you up at 3 a.m., and each one points to a different breakdown in your system. Let's go through them one by one, because understanding this could save your life. Reason number 1. Your liver is overloaded with toxins and can't regulate blood sugar. We've already talked about this, but let me go deeper. Your liver processes over 500 different functions in your body. It's your primary detox organ. Every medication you take, every chemical you breathe in, every preservative in your food, every sip of alcohol, it all goes through your liver. After 50, your liver's detox capacity naturally declines. It's like a filter that's been running for decades without being cleaned. It gets clogged, sluggish, and when you pile on a heavy dinner, late-night snacks, sugar, and stress, your liver simply can't keep up. Think of it like this. Imagine your liver is a water treatment plant for a city. For 50 years, it's been filtering everything. But now the pipes are older, the filters are worn, and suddenly, the city is dumping twice as much waste into the system. The plant can't process it all. It backs up, alarms go off. That's what's happening inside you at 3 a.m. Your liver is backing up, and your body is sounding the alarm. A study from the American Journal of Gastroenterology found that nearly 34% of adults over 50 have some degree of non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. That's 1 in 3 people. And most of them have no idea. Because fatty liver doesn't hurt. It doesn't show obvious symptoms. Until it starts waking you up at night. Until your energy crashes. Until your weight won't budge no matter what you do. Here's what you can do starting tonight. Eat your last meal at least 3 hours before bed. Make it light. Make it clean. Lean protein, vegetables, healthy fats, no sugar, no alcohol, and drink a cup of dandelion root tea before bed. Dandelion is one of the most powerful natural liver detoxifiers. It stimulates bile production, helps flush toxins, and supports your liver's nighttime repair work. You can find it in any health food store. 1 cup, every night. Watch what happens. Reason number 2. Your cortisol rhythm is completely reversed. Cortisol is your primary stress hormone. It's supposed to be low at night and high in the morning. That's your natural rhythm. It helps you wake up with energy and wind down at night to sleep deeply. But chronic stress, poor diet, lack of sunlight, and too much screen time before bed can flip this rhythm upside down. Your cortisol stays high at night and crashes in the morning. So you wake up at 3 a.m. wired and anxious, and you wake up at 7 a.m. exhausted and foggy. Let me tell you about Robert. He was 57, a financial consultant from Texas, high-stress job, long hours. He'd come home, eat a big dinner, watch the news, check his emails, and fall asleep around 11. But every night, like clockwork, he'd wake up at 2:45 a.m., heart racing, mind spinning with work problems. He couldn't fall back asleep for hours. He thought it was just his personality. Type A, always thinking, always worrying, but it wasn't his personality. It was his cortisol. I had Robert do a simple 4-point cortisol saliva test. We measured his cortisol at 4 different times during the day: morning, noon, evening, and bedtime. His results were shocking. His morning cortisol was rock bottom. His evening cortisol was sky high, completely backwards. His adrenal glands were stuck in emergency mode, pumping out stress hormones all night long. Here's why this happens. When you're under chronic stress, your body thinks you're in danger. It thinks you need to stay alert, stay ready, so it keeps cortisol elevated. Add to that late night screen time, which suppresses melatonin and stimulates cortisol, and you've created a perfect storm. Your body can't shift into rest mode. It stays in fight or flight mode all night. And at 3 a.m., when your blood sugar dips even slightly, that elevated cortisol spikes even higher, and boom, you're wide awake. A study published in the journal Psychoneuroendocrinology followed over 2,000 adults aged 50 to 70 and found that those with reversed cortisol rhythms had a 62% higher risk of cardiovascular events within 10 years. 62%. Because chronic elevated cortisol damages your blood vessels, raises your blood pressure, increases inflammation, and accelerates aging. Waking up at 3 a.m. isn't just annoying. It's a warning sign that your stress response system is broken. So what did Robert do? First, no screens after 8 p.m. None. No phone, no TV, no computer. This was non-negotiable. Blue light from screens suppresses melatonin and keeps cortisol elevated. Second, he started a 10-minute breathing practice before bed. Simple. 4 seconds in through the nose. Hold for 4. 6 seconds out through the mouth. This activates your parasympathetic nervous system and signals your body that it's safe to rest. Third, he took 300 milligrams of magnesium glycinate 1 hour before bed. Magnesium is nature's relaxation mineral. It calms your nervous system, supports healthy cortisol rhythms, and improves deep sleep. Within 3 weeks, Robert was sleeping through the night. His morning energy came back, his brain fog cleared, and his follow-up cortisol test showed his rhythm was nearly back to normal. He didn't need sleeping pills. He needed to stop telling his body that it was under attack every single night. Reason number 3. You're dehydrated and your kidneys are struggling. This one surprises people. But dehydration is one of the most common and overlooked causes of nighttime waking. Here's what happens. During the day, if you're not drinking enough water, your body goes into conservation mode. Your kidneys hold on to every drop of fluid they can. But at night, your kidneys still need to filter your blood. They still need to produce urine. And if you're dehydrated, they have to work much harder. This creates stress, this creates inflammation, and this can trigger a cortisol response that wakes you up. But here's the twist. Many people over 50 are chronically dehydrated and don't even know it. Why? Because your sense of thirst decreases with age. You don't feel thirsty the way you did when you were 30. So you drink less, you sip coffee all morning, maybe a glass of water at lunch, a little tea in the afternoon, and by bedtime, your body is running on fumes, your blood is thick, your kidneys are struggling, and at 3 a.m., your body says enough and wakes you up. Let me tell you about Linda. She was 64, a retired nurse from Florida. She woke up every night between 3 and 4 a.m. needing to urinate. She thought it was just her age, weak bladder, normal aging. But when she came to see me, I asked her how much water she drank each day. She said maybe 3 or 4 glasses. That's not nearly enough. I told her to drink at least 8 full glasses of water before 6 p.m. Not coffee, not tea, pure water. And to stop drinking 2 hours before bed. She thought I was crazy. She said if she drank more water, she'd wake up even more to pee. But I explained that the opposite is true. When you're properly hydrated during the day, your kidneys don't have to work as hard at night. They're not in crisis mode. They're not trying to concentrate your urine and filter waste under stress. They can relax. And so can you. Linda followed my advice. Within 1 week, she stopped waking up at night. Completely. Her bladder wasn't the problem. Her dehydration was. And once her body had the water it needed during the day, it could rest peacefully at night. A study from the Journal of the American Geriatric Society found that even mild dehydration in adults over 60 is associated with increased confusion, falls, urinary tract infections, and disrupted sleep. Dehydration stresses every system in your body, and your body will wake you up to try to fix it. Here's what you need to do. Drink at least 64 ounces of pure water every day. That's 8 full glasses. Front load your hydration. Drink most of it before 3 p.m. Add a pinch of sea salt to your water in the morning. This helps your body actually absorb and use the water instead of just flushing it through. And stop drinking fluids 2 hours before bed. This gives your kidneys time to process everything and your bladder time to empty before you lie down. Reason number 4, your magnesium levels are dangerously low. Magnesium is involved in over 300 biochemical reactions in your body. It regulates your nervous system. It supports your heart rhythm. It relaxes your muscles. It helps you produce melatonin, and it keeps your blood sugar stable. But here's the problem. Most people over 50 are severely deficient in magnesium. Why? Because our soil is depleted. Our food has less magnesium than it did 50 years ago. We eat more processed foods that contain zero magnesium. And stress, medications, and aging all deplete magnesium even faster. When your magnesium is low, your muscles can't relax. Your nervous system stays on high alert. Your heart rhythm becomes irregular, and your sleep becomes fragmented. You might fall asleep fine, but you can't stay asleep because your body is in a state of tension, like a guitar string pulled too tight. And at 3 a.m., that tension snaps, and you wake up. Let me tell you about James. He was 59, a truck driver from Michigan. He'd wake up every night with leg cramps and a racing heart. He thought it was circulation problems, maybe early heart disease. He was terrified. But when I tested his magnesium levels, they were in the basement. I started him on 400 milligrams of magnesium glycinate every night before bed. Within 5 days, his leg cramps stopped. Within 2 weeks, his sleep was solid. Within a month, his resting heart rate dropped by 12 beats per minute. He didn't have heart disease. He had a magnesium deficiency. Research published in the Journal of Research in Medical Sciences showed that magnesium supplementation significantly improved sleep quality, sleep time, and early morning waking in elderly patients. The participants who took magnesium fell asleep faster, stayed asleep longer, and woke up feeling more rested. This isn't a luxury supplement. This is a necessity for anyone over 50 who wants to sleep through the night. Here's your action step. Take 300 to 400 milligrams of magnesium glycinate 1 hour before bed, not magnesium oxide. That form isn't well absorbed and can cause digestive upset. Glycinate is the most absorbable and the most calming. You can find it at any pharmacy or health store. Take it every single night and eat more magnesium-rich foods during the day. Dark leafy greens, pumpkin seeds, almonds, avocados, black beans. These foods will help rebuild your magnesium stores naturally. Reason number 5, you're eating hidden sugar bombs before bed. Even if you think you're eating healthy, you might be spiking your blood sugar right before sleep without realizing it. A bowl of cereal, a piece of fruit, a granola bar, a glass of juice, yogurt with honey. These all seem innocent, but they're pure sugar to your body. And when you eat sugar before bed, your blood sugar spikes high, then crashes low a few hours later, and that crash wakes you up. Your body doesn't care if the sugar came from an apple or a candy bar. Sugar is sugar, and when your blood sugar drops suddenly at 3 a.m., your adrenal glands release adrenaline and cortisol to bring it back up. This is called reactive hypoglycemia, and it's one of the most common causes of middle-of-the-night waking that nobody talks about. Let me tell you about Susan. She was 61, a yoga instructor from California. She ate clean, organic, whole foods, but every night she'd have a small bowl of fruit and a handful of almonds before bed. She thought it was healthy, a light snack, but she woke up every single night at 3:30 a.m., anxious and sweating. When I explained reactive hypoglycemia to her, she didn't believe me at first. She said fruit is natural, it's healthy. And I said yes, but not before bed. Not when your metabolism is shutting down for the night. I told her to stop eating anything after 7 p.m. Just stop. For 2 weeks. Try it. See what happens. She was skeptical, but she did it. and within 4 nights, she slept through until morning. She couldn't believe it. One simple change, no food after 7 p.m., and her sleep was restored. A study from the journal Nutrients found that late-night eating, especially foods high in simple carbohydrates, significantly disrupted sleep architecture and increased nighttime awakenings in adults over 50. The researchers concluded that meal timing is just as important as meal content for quality sleep. Your body needs time to digest and stabilize before you lie down. If you eat too close to bedtime, especially sugar or carbs, you're setting yourself up for a blood sugar roller coaster that will wake you up in the middle of the night. Here's what you need to do. Stop eating at least 3 hours before bed. If you're going to bed at 10, your last bite of food should be at 7. No exceptions. And make your dinner low in carbohydrates and high in protein and healthy fats. Grilled chicken with vegetables and olive oil, salmon with asparagus and avocado, a big salad with eggs and nuts. These meals stabilize your blood sugar and keep you satisfied without spiking insulin. If you absolutely must have something before bed, have a small handful of raw nuts or a teaspoon of almond butter, but nothing sweet, nothing with sugar, nothing with carbs. Now let's do a quick self-test. I want you to think about your own patterns. Do you wake up at the same time every night? Is it between 2 and 4 a.m.? Do you feel your heart racing when you wake up? Do you feel anxious or worried? Do you have trouble falling back asleep? If you answered yes to 3 or more of these, your body is trying to tell you something. This isn't normal aging. This is a metabolic alarm, and you need to listen. Here's the truth that most doctors won't tell you. Sleep problems after 50 are not inevitable. They're not just part of getting older. They're a sign that something in your body is out of balance, and that something is almost always related to blood sugar, liver function, stress hormones, hydration, or nutrient deficiencies. All of these are fixable. All of these are within your control. You don't need a prescription, you need a plan. Let me give you that plan right now. 5 steps you can start tonight. Step 1. Stop eating after 7 p.m. Give your liver and your blood sugar a 12-hour fasting window every night. Step 2. Drink 8 glasses of pure water before 6 p.m. Stop drinking 2 hours before bed. Step 3. Take 300 to 400 milligrams of magnesium glycinate 1 hour before bed. Step 4. No screens after 8 p.m. Read a book. Take a bath. Do breathing exercises. Let your cortisol drop naturally. Step 5. Have a cup of dandelion root tea before bed to support liver detoxification. Do these 5 things for 2 weeks. Just 2 weeks. And I promise you, your sleep will change. Your energy will change. Your mood will change. Because you're finally giving your body what it needs to rest and repair. Let me tell you one final story. His name was Thomas. He was 67, a retired firefighter from New York. He hadn't slept through the night in over 5 years. He tried everything. Sleeping pills, melatonin, meditation apps. Nothing worked. He was exhausted, depressed. He told me he felt like he was losing his mind. I sat with him for an hour. I asked about his diet, his water intake, his stress, his evening routine, and I realized he was doing everything wrong. Late dinners, high carbs, no water, screens until midnight. His body was in constant crisis mode. I gave him the same 5-step plan I just gave you. He looked at me like I was offering him false hope, but he said he'd try. What did he have to lose? 3 weeks later, he called me. He was crying. He said he slept for 7 hours straight, for the first time in 5 years. He woke up feeling rested, feeling alive, feeling like himself again. He said it was like getting his life back, and all he did was change 5 simple habits. Your health is not something that happens to you. It's something you create every single day, with every choice you make. What you eat, when you eat, how much water you drink, how you manage stress, how you prepare for sleep. These aren't small things. These are the things that determine whether you thrive or just survive after 50. I'm begging you, don't ignore these signs. Don't accept sleepless nights as normal. Don't let another year go by feeling exhausted and defeated. You have the power to change this. Starting tonight, your body is talking to you at 3 a.m. It's not punishing you, it's asking for help. And now you know exactly how to help it. In the next video, I'm going to reveal the truth about morning stiffness and joint pain after 50, why it happens, what it really means, and the one simple morning routine that can eliminate it completely. You won't want to miss it. Sleep well, my friends. Your body is counting on you.